Well, hello there. My name is Mark Miles. As many of you know, I love helping trainers, presenters, facilitators really take their game to the next level, whatever that may be for them. Now, for me, over my time of delivering in learning and development space, also teaching the Train the Trainer course, I've seen thousands, literally thousands of presentations around the topic of PPE, personal protective equipment. And to be honest, if I'm really blunt and honest, the majority of them are boring as hell. They are so boring. And sometimes people fall into the trap of thinking it's a work requirement. I need to deliver this information. Everybody's automatically going to be engaged, and like we have to go through it. So, of course, everyone's going to pay attention and they're going to be supportive of the content and of the presenter. But what we need to appreciate is that everything we present when we're a trainer, when we are a facilitator, when we're a presenter, whatever we may be, we have to realize it's not what we say, but how we say it that makes all the difference. It's not what we say, but how we say it that makes all the difference. And you could have the most boring content in your mind, but it is how you deliver it that makes all the difference, right? You could be speaking on legislation, you could be speaking on personal protective equipment, you could be speaking on the driest topic on the planet, but it's up to you to make it engaging, make it memorable, and make it really stand out in the audience's mind. Now, the topic of PPE is a really interesting one because regardless of how many times people hear the information, maybe they've got toolbox talks every single day, all right? Maybe they are hammered with the information by their supervisor, by their site manager. Maybe their trainer is telling them about it every single day. But lo and behold, guess what? We still have those sad injuries. We still have people that forget to put on their PPE. All right. We still have people that go through the motions in the morning and just maybe forget to put on their gloves, maybe forget to put on their hard hat, whatever it may be, right? But ultimately, as a trainer, we need to realize again, it's not what we say that matters, it's how we say it that makes all the difference. So if you are looking to teach PPE, I really encourage you to think creatively. You could use, and before I get into that, before I get into the ideas, I want to give you an opportunity to grab a pen and get ready to write. The first thing we need to realize is that laws don't change lives, regulations don't change lives, rules don't matter unless people actually follow them. So here are some quick tips on how to really effectively teach PPE if you want to really do it in a fun and engaging manner. So number one is use stories. Use stories, because stories change lives, laws don't. All right, stories change lives, laws don't. So for example, you could tell a great story about the other day. I was getting ready for work and I was going through the motions and got ready, and then I got on the side and I was actually working on something that was quite high up, and actually something fell from the top there and it fell under my foot. And I was so relieved. I was so relieved in that moment because that day, I'd actually made the conscious decision to put on my steel cap boots. And I don't normally. And it was great because I'd only just purchased a brand new pair the day before. And I'm like, yeah, I'll wear them. I don't normally wear them, but I wore them. And because I did, that thing that fell on my foot was fine. And I was so relieved in that moment. So today, let's jump into some PPE and let's talk about it. Now, that's just a very simple example of an engaging story. You could certainly turn the flip side to it and go, yeah, that day I forgot to put on my steel cap boots and that thing fell on my foot and it broke my foot. You can go either way with it. You could talk about a story about yourself or about someone else that you know, whatever it might be. But start your sessions with a really powerful story. Second thing that you can do is you can create a mix and match activity. So you could have the PPE item, maybe it's gloves, and then you could have a list of things that that could be matched up to. Maybe it's cross contamination, maybe it's not hurting your hand. So you could have a list of all the different PPE, and then you could have a list of all the things that prevent and scenarios, and then people can like mix and match them together. You see, that's activating the brain. That's not just you as a trainer going, everyone, you need to wear your hard hat. You need to wear your gloves. You need to do this, right? No one cares. Literally, no one cares. But if you can activate their brain and thinking about the consequences of not doing those things, you're going to get a lot more engagement. Okay. Third one. Third one is one of my favorites, videos. If you can show videos of injuries or videos of things happening and then saying to your class or your learner group, all right, what PPE could have, should have been worn in order to prevent that, or how could you have made it even less dangerous, so to speak? So videos of hard hats being tested or videos of people, with things falling on their heads. I mean, it's going to create a discussion and people are going to see themselves in those scenarios, right? Really powerful. And then the last one that you've got there is brainstorming injuries, all right? So if you can get people in a situation where they're actually going to think about, all right, you've got XYZ job, or what are all the things that could go wrong, and what's the PPE that could prevent that, you're going to have people actively engaging themselves in the learning process. But what we need to remember, folks, is that telling them and telling them and telling them and telling them is the least effective way to deliver training on PPE, because people have heard it so many times. People have heard the white noise of, yes, I need to wear my gloves. Yes, I need to wear my hard hat. But at the end of the day, if people don't get actively involved in a I guess, intellectual sense and also a physical sense, then they're not going to remember A, the importance of wearing PPE, and B, actually doing it on a day-to-day basis. All right. So just to recap, number one, we had stories. Really use powerful stories to illustrate the point, but tell the stories before you talk about putting on the PPE. Second is mix and match activities. Lots of fun. Get people involved. You could have like written on cards. You could get people matching up the cards, however you wanted to do it. Number three is videos. And last of all, brainstorming injuries. All right, it's a lot of fun. And the more engaging, the more active you make the learning experience in regards to PPE, the more fun it's going to be and the more people are going to take away from your session. Okay. On that note, hope you enjoyed the video. And as I said, PPE is, and any topic at all, it's not what you say, but how you deliver it that makes all the difference. All right. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.